Hi, it's Pat Pattison with the Best of California Award, and I'm here in our best small town, Nipomo. I got my Dana Adobe mask. This is the famous Dana Adobe here in Nipomo. We're going to show you around all the rooms. We're going to talk to some of the board of directors. Incredible story of saving something for California history. Let's go. Yeah. And I'm here with Len Hoskins, and we're at the, depending on where you live, the Dana or the Dana Adobe. Which is it, Len?
Well, it was called the Dana Adobe. The main language here was Spanish, so that's the Spanish inflection of Dana.
Great, great. And we are safely socially distancing. I've taken off my mask, and I'm going to let Len take off his mask because we're staying far enough apart. And what could survive inside this anyway? This is incredible. So which room is this?
Well, during the restoration, this was called Room 2.
Okay.
But during Captain Dana's days, this was called the Milk Room.
Oh,
This
interesting.
was a relatively small room and was the coolest room, evidently.
Okay.
And they stored the products that would spoil it in here.
So this would keep it cool. So, and we'll show some of this. We see, and is this Adobe material, obviously?
This is all Adobe material. Some of it is original and some of it is restored.
And we're going to go through all the various rooms, which this is incredible. And this building dates from 1839?
1836 or
36.
37.
And I'm here with Colleen Beck, and you are a docent or a volunteer?
Docent is a volunteer.
Great. And we're both being safe with our masks. I'm going to take mine off because we're 6 feet apart. And we are in the kitchen here at the, and feel free to take your mask off too if you want, or not, Colleen.
I will. Okay.
Totally up to you.
As long as
Totally
I'm
up to
away,
you. Yeah.
Doors open.
There we go. Challenging time to produce these segments, I'll tell you, but we're trying to stay safe. So this is the kitchen here at the Dana Adobe.
Correct.
And so you're the expert on the kitchen. So what was it like back in these times to feed a family?
Oh, gosh. It's a lot of work. Just recreating this, we tried to get materials.
Okay.
We knew we're maybe up to the 1880s. That's
Okay.
when the family was in the house.
Yeah.
This is like one of the oldest cabinets. We got it from one Francisco Dana's descendants.
Wow,
He's one of the
wow.
originals.
Wow, okay.
And it's handmade and hand sewn.
Gorgeous.
You can see it.
Gorgeous.
And,
And Len had showed us some of the original room and whatnot, and I know this whole area, the whole building was in disrepair.
right, and this is the original flooring.
So this- okay, I was gonna
This is
ask.
some of the original flooring in here. So you'll notice other rooms have kind of variation of painted flooring, and this is the narrow type.
So we're used to California, a home keeps getting added onto. This
was added on to later.
This house is the ultimate add-on.
Right, ultimate add-on, and there would have been an outdoor kitchen originally.
Okay,
You know,
okay, so-
and a lot of, as you saw the restoration pictures, it was just falling apart.
It was just a
So it was just
abandoned
abandoned. It was a great place for the teenagers in the local area to hang out
Yeah.
and add graffiti to
Do,
the
do,
walls.
do you have teenagers, old teenagers that come by and go, boy,
Yes,
if
yes.
these walls could talk?
Oh, no, they do talk. There's graffiti up in the
They do,
attic.
the walls do
and
talk.
they'll say, that's where I put my name. Yeah, they're still,
Oh,
they
my
can
goodness.
still point to where they
So
have the run of the place.
we could actually go up and film that and
Could,
have,
yeah,
is the
yeah.
statute of limitations ever? Could we get them arrested? No, probably
I don't
not.
think you can identify them.
Okay,
I will
okay.
not claim you can identify any of them. Anyway.
Well, Colleen, thank you. And this
You're
is the
welcome.
wonderful kitchen here at the Dana Adobe. Now let's go to the
We
next
have
one.
some interesting artifacts in here.
Okay.
One of them is this
Yes, we can't.
rendering pot.
Wow.
There are only a couple of Rancho period places that have their original tallow works, and
Okay.
we are one of them.
Okay.
During an archaeological survey, this was removed and stored,
Wow.
and it was in very bad condition, so volunteers here restored it.
Wow.
So we could display it as an artifact. It's our favorite artifact in the whole.
It's amazing. For that.
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
Matter of fact, Captain Dana's nephew, Richard Henry Dana,
Right. Yeah.
wrote a famous book about
Yeah.
that process.
Yeah. And we Dana Point down in
Yes, Dana Point's
down
named
in
after
Orange
him.
County. Yeah. Well, great, Len. This is wonderful. We will show more information on some of this. And let's go to the next room. Award, and I'm here with another Dana Adobe, I've been corrected, docent Helen. And this is the main living area.
Yes, it is. This is La Sala.
La Sala.
See,
Okay.
This is the main room where the family gathered for important events
Okay.
and for a couple of weddings that was
Okay.
taking place here.
And it came up in the kitchen with all the fine china and whatnot. Would the Dana family have been considered well-to-do at that time?
Absolutely.
So they were
Absolutely.
upper crust.
You bet.
Okay.
Through their hard work and planning, actually, that
Okay.
the captain did.
Okay.
The merchandise that he sold, his import business. An indication of the type of businessman that the captain was. This is
Right.
an original table from the ship, the Edith,
Oh.
that was sunk or got sandbarred off the coast here during the gold rush.
Oh, wow.
The sailors, there's several stories. Sailors were told in one story that they were close to the gold country, so they purposely sandbarred the ship and jumped ship looking for the gold.
Too soon.
Too soon.
A little too far south.
But you had passengers that were stranded. So the
Wow.
captain, being who he was, he went down there, rescued all those folks, and brought them up here and got them going up to the gold.
What is
fields.
your awareness of any of the other families that
Oh, the Fry family and the
Okay.
Hurricanes lived
okay.
here. Yeah.
Any stories about them,
Oh, sure.
weddings or anything exciting happened? I heard rumor of a murder or two.
Absolutely.
What was that? What's that all
well,
about?
there's interesting. The whole 1850s were called the bloody 50s
Okay.
because of
Violent
the bandits,
times.
whatever.
Yeah.
So we had an actual attack from Jack Powers and his gang here.
Wow.
But later, after the family moved, and Fred was the last Dana to live here with Manuela, his wife.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he died in Old Town.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you heard that story
Yeah.
yet.
No.
Okay, so Fred was living here with his wife and children, and he was going to renovate, build the adobe back up and
Okay.
modernize. So he went into town to buy lumber, we think, and
Right.
unfortunately something happened. The lumber was too heavy, and the horse moved too quickly. In any case, he fell off, broke his neck, and died.
Oh my gosh.
So I think he was about 34, 35.
Oh my gosh.
Left Manuelo penniless. They had debts, and so what happened is that the Fry family, who owned the big white house on the corner, and Manuela switched houses.
Okay.
They switched
They
houses.
took over the
sold,
ranch.
and she moved there. They moved here. And like any family that moves into a new house, they renovate. They
Right.
change it. And so
Right.
many changes were done here, and they were happy here for
Right.
about 6 years.
Yeah.
Then one day, the daughter and mother went out into the cornfields to, I don't know, expect crop or whatever,
Right.
and a gunman.
Wow.
Well, he was known in town. We don't know what his purpose was, why he gunned
Okay.
down the daughter, but
Right.
he shot her out
Wow.
in the field and
Wow.
killed her.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
she died, 18 days later.
Okay.
Terrible suffering, but
Yeah.
obviously the family couldn't stay here.
Wow.
But the daughter.
And what year would that have been, roughly?
About 1906.
Okay.
About.
Okay.
About,
Wow.
yeah.
What a story.
Which is, tragic.
Yeah.
I mean, as in any old home, you're
Yeah.
going to have multiple stories of great joy,
Yeah.
disappointment,
That's
tragedy.
right. Depending on
that's
the
life.
times. That's right. Well, that's great. Well, Helen, thank you.
You're welcome.
And let's move on to the next room. Now we're in the beautiful bedroom, Helen.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, you said this has historic relevance because,
Because this is the room that the captain died.
okay, and that would have been what year?
Let's see, 1857.
18
February 1858.
Okay, okay.
And
So he
died-
didn't get to live here all that long, really?
No, he didn't.
39
No.
to 58?
Right,
Okay.
but a lot of it was in transition, and this was the third house built on the
Okay,
property.
so, yeah.
So what you have here is an actual, again, a Dana creation. We think from one of the boys made this headboard.
Now, how do you find all this stuff?
A lot of the
I mean,
family members have
Wow.
donated. You see, this came from a family
So
member.
they just know this is going on, so,
Well,
hey, you know what, I think Grandpa's got a thing, and
Yes.
let's give you the bed when he passes away or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff has been in storage because, unfortunately, younger people don't
don't
want,
want
old
old
stuff.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
They want new stuff.
Wow.
So, this is it. Now, this bedspread is also significant. Let me show you if you can get a shot of.
We'll insert those shots, yeah.
Okay. this date here.
Oh, I'll show
This
that.
is an
Okay.
original 1839 bedspread. Now, this
Wow.
was donated by a local gal just down the street.
Gives you a
with-
sense of the quality of
Yes.
their life. Yeah.
One of the most important features in this room are the closets.
Okay.
Because Adobe homes did not have closets.
Okay.
This was something original that the captain, I think, thought up of as
From
well
his,
as.
from his
as
East Coast origins.
Exactly.
Now, is this them or is
Yes,
that okay?
yes, okay.
This,
So these are the artist's rendition from the photographs.
Okay.
The sketching, the photographs.
right.
But to have a closet
That was unique.
very modern,
That was
very
unique.
different.
Well,
unique.
great. Well, I can feel the history in here. Well, thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
We're going to go on to the next room.
Cattle in the fields today.
So there you are. Imagine 38,000 acres of this stuff out here. What would that be worth right now, Rudy?
Untold millions of dollars, absolutely.
Told millions of dollars.
Especially if there's water on it.
And so we're up in the cupola
Yes.
that we think that the captain would come up and take care of his arthritis and drink.
Yeah.
Or that's what Rudy said.
Well, the rumor is that near the end of his life, when his arthritis was advanced, that it would take him the better part of a half an hour and the better of a flask of pear brandy to make it up here to
That's
the cupola
right.
to survey his land. And it's something that's always really endeared me to this project. This is where the house set. This wasn't recreated even 50 feet away. This is exactly so where we're standing. Is in the
he
same
was.
space where the captain would have stood to survey his lands.
Wow, this is beautiful. And Rudy, why don't you start us off? What is the mission of the Dana Adobe?
The Dana organization was incorporated in 2000, so we're 20 years old, and initially was created to restore the house, the Dana captain's house, or the family house, the Dana family home, and since then has morphed into some other functions, including building this nature education facility that we're sitting in right now. We got a state grant to do that, to build this structure, miles of trails and other things to all be a nature education facility.
And Bob, how did you get involved? What's your goal for this
I've been
place?
involved as a board member maybe 7 years on and off,
Okay.
and working in the facility for 9 years.
Wow.
I got involved, I came to a campfire and was introduced to the Dana and had recently retired and just kind of fell in love with it.
Wow.
And just overnight became instantly involved. So worked
They
on-
always suck you in with those
Oh, yeah.
campfires. The first campfire is free. That's how they
That's
do
right,
it.
Exactly. Then worked on the restoration and continue to work on improvements on the property. and
Wow.
Building things and that sort of thing.
And I know you have a building background, Rudy, so I'm sure that was, part of.
Yeah, well, the dirty secret is I was somewhat recruited by Herb Candell. I hope Herb's watching this right now because I still blame him for it. But we had this project was going to be under construction, and I'm a building contractor, and he thought I would.
Oh,
be
they faked you out with the bid.
They
Do a
faked-
bid first, and then.
Where we're sitting right now was waist deep in weeds, and Herb and I walked around here with a map. And by the time we got to the end of it, I said, "Where do I sign up? I got to be part of this."
That's
And,
right.
yeah,
And then,
that's how-
and then he lowered the boom and said, and by the way, it's all for free.
Yes.
What?
It's worse than free. They expect you to donate as a,
Oh
as a
my
board member
gosh,
too.
it just does, the torture doesn't end,
Yes.
the torture doesn't. Well, I am just so impressed by the patriotism in Nipomo. I mean, this is, I think I mentioned to you, when we first put up the best small town, people were just flocking and mentioning Nipomo, and then they mentioned your facility first. Now, are you both residents, or?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're
Yes.
both?
Yes.
And Rudy, just going forward, give us a last take on what the vision is for the board going forward.
Continue to improve the property, to add the cultural and educational elements to it. Chumash is a big component of that. The native Chumash that lived in the area, the Yaktichu, they have an area to interpret it and to teach the history of their tribe.
That's great.
Along with all the other cultures that came together here.
Yeah, and you were telling me the ridge line here is sacred for the
The
Chumash.
Tematate Ridge, yes, that's a sacred Chumash ridge line. I
Wow.
live on the east side of Nipomo, and I look at that ridge line every morning.
It's
when I get up.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Watch the sun come up over it. It's a special, special place. This whole place is a special place.
Yeah, very special, but very special. Well, it's Pat Pattison with the Best of California Award here at the Dana Adobe in our best small town, Nipomo, California, just north of Santa Maria. And I'm here with Rudy Stowell and Bob Wheaton. Thank you. Talk to you soon.